गेट चाहिँ के हो सबैतिर छ
मन्दिर यो छिर्ने बेलाको गेट है यो चाहिँ
सबैतिर एकै खाले मात्रै हो
Number 3. Nara. Considered to be the birthplace of Japanese civilization, this ancient former capital has a wealth of historic sites for visitors to enjoy. Most of its main attractions can be found in the gorgeous green Nara Park, also home to the city's multitude of tame deer that amble about asking tourists for food. Here you'll find a multi-storied pagodas and splendid stone lanterns, as well as a couple of lovingly landscaped Japanese gardens. The highlight, however, is Todaiji Temple, with its awe-inspiring architecture and enormous Great Buddha. Number 2. Kyoto.
Kyoto.
Widely reputed to be the most beautiful city in Japan, Kyoto is a treat to visit. The nation's capital for over 1,000 years, it sports lots
यो
of
घुम्न
incredible
जानेहरूले चाहिँ यो
historical
ड्रेस
sites
लगाएर
and
भाडामा
cultural
लिएर लगाएर
landmarks.
घुम्न पायो फोटो खिच्न
Dotted
पायो
around its ancient streets, you'll find wonderful palaces and idyllic gardens, with 2,000 Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples to check out. In addition to this, its historic district of Gion is also well worth exploring. It is here that you can find lots of geishas and traditional inns. While Kyoto is lovely to visit at any time of year, it is particularly magical when the cherry blossoms are in bloom.
नेवारहरूको त्यो के जाने धानेर जस्तो भिखारी
मान्छेको भिडबाट यति हुन्छ
मान्छे गाडी सिधा कुदाउनु
Number 1. Tokyo. Lying at the center of the world's most populous metropolitan area, Japan's futuristic capital is an exhilarating place to explore. Renowned for its skyscraper-filled skyline and embracing cutting-edge technology, the neon-lit city stretches away endlessly before you. Interspersed amongst its towering blocks are awe-inspiring temples and museums that proudly showcase Japan's rich heritage and history. Whether you're into calligraphy or cherry blossoms and consumer products, Tokyo certainly has something for everyone to enjoy. Creative, innovative, and quirky in equal measure, the massive metropolis is not to be missed out on when in Japan.
Of the Japanese Alps. Japan is full of diverse Tokyo to the mountainous region of the Japanese Alps. Japan is full of diverse and unique places waiting to be explored. For many, Japan resides on the top of the list of places to visit, and I was no different. Japan is one of my favorite countries to explore, and I had the pleasure to visit once more. I'll be traveling through this amazing country, visiting 7 different cities, and trying to cram all the essentials into a 2-week itinerary. And I'll be sharing it all with the goal to help you explore this fascinating country. Here's how I spent 14 days in Japan. Here's an overview of the journey ahead. We arrived in Osaka, the kitchen of Japan, a city famous for the food and nightlife. We then head to the secluded temple town of Koyasan, where we'll be staying overnight at a Buddhist temple. Afterwards, we visit the city of Nara, famous for the Nara Park and its population. From Nara, we head to Kyoto, the ancient capital of Japan, rich in culture and traditions. After Kyoto, we jump on the train and head up to Kanazawa, renowned for its gold leaf production and housing one of the 3 great gardens in Japan. We then continue to the mountainous region of Takayama, where we explore the old town and relax at a Japanese onsen. And finally, our 2-week journey ends in Tokyo. While in the city, we spend the remaining time visiting the most essential spots. Before we begin, here's a few things you need to know. We decided to visit Japan in November during the autumn season, and it's by far my favorite season to visit due to the beautiful autumn foliage and mild weather conditions. Public transportation will be the main way to get around. For that, you'll need to get your hands on an IC card. IC cards are rechargeable travel cards that you can use to pay for fares and even buy goods in some stores. They work in most major cities, but for more remote areas, you'll need to purchase a specific golden ticket. A quick word on the Japan Railroad Pass. If you follow this itinerary strictly, you will not be needing the JR Pass. A JR Pass is great if you're planning to do a round trip, since it will cover the return trip expenses. But since this is a point-to-point trip, starting in Osaka and finishing Tokyo, it's actually more affordable going with some fare tickets. For navigation, I've always been using Google Maps in Japan. It works well and even tells you the connections you need to make. For more detailed information and planning ahead, I recommend checking out our website, iVideo. We begin our journey in Osaka. Osaka is known for being the kitchen of Japan, with many of the nation's favorite dishes originating from the city. It's a modern and lively place where the focus is on having a good time. People just seem to speak loudly here, eat louder, and drink more. Not that I'm feeling it. We arrive quite late in Osaka and head towards our hotel. After dropping off our belongings, we immediately head to the Dokkan area in downtown Osaka. The area is known for the Illegal Man sign and being a busy tourist spot with neon lights, shops, and plenty of food options. We explore the area and pick up a few treats along the way, but it was time for a meal, and we head to the ever-popular Ichiran Ramen, with tonkatsu ramen. It was Lisa's first time here, and she definitely approves. The next day, we spend the morning at the Nagoya Yasaka Shrine. It's a small shrine famous for its lion head stage. If you plan to visit a lot of shrines and temples in Japan, then it's always a good idea to know how to pay respects. Here's a quick how-to. First, ring the bell if there is one, bow twice, clap twice, and bow once. After finishing up at the shrine, we arrive at the Osaka Castle. The castle is one of Japan's most famous landmarks, and it played a major role in the unification of Japan during the 16th century. For over 40 years, American rule has been known for being the center of Japanese youth culture in Osaka. Similar to Harajuku of Tokyo, it's here you'll find the latest trend-setting fashion in Osaka. We opted to do a little bit of shopping to see if we could find something interesting. To get a better view of the city, we decided to visit the Umeda Sky Building. While here, you can access its famous observation deck, which provides a great view over the entire city of Osaka. As dinner time arrives, we head arguably to my favorite okonomiyaki shop in the city, Oka. Okonomiyaki are these savory Japanese pancakes made of flour, eggs, cabbage, and the protein of your choice. My go-to is the seafood dish. Don Quixote is a well-known discount chain in Japan. But what's unique about this one in Osaka is its Ferris wheel, which you can actually take a ride on. It's rather a gimmicky experience, but it does provide a view over Dokuro. If you find yourself with more time in Osaka, then here's a few more photos to do. The Osaka Aquarium. Shinsekai, an old neon-lit neighborhood south of Minami. There's also the Universal Studios, the Kemsan Ferris wheel, the aquarium, and the Shinsaibashi shopping district. Koyasan is the name of a secluded and small temple town, nestled away in the mountains of Wakayama. It's more commonly known as the center of Japan's Shingon Buddhism, and home to over 100 temples, in which 50 of them allow for overnight stays. We decided to purchase the Koyasan World Heritage Ticket, which covers the entire trip to Koyasan. It takes almost 2 hours to reach Koyasan from Osaka. The cable car ride from Gokurakubashi Station to Koyasan is clearly the highlight of the 2-hour trip. After reaching the temple town, we check in at our temple lodging named Saizen Inn. The rooms are traditional Japanese rooms with tatami floors, sliding doors, and shared bathroom facilities.
So this is our temple stay for the day and night. A lot more luxurious than I imagined.
The first place to visit was the Danjokan Temple Complex. It was one of the first complexes built by Kogyo Daishi and houses around 20 temples and buildings, including Kwanton Daido, the Great Pagoda. Not far from the complex, we find the Great Diamond Gate. This was the original entrance to Koyasan, but also now serves as the end destination for the old Toisei Michi pilgrimage trail. From Diamond Gate, we head to Kongobuji, the head temple of Shingon Buddhism in Koyasan. We explored its many halls and corridors, as well as Banmite, Japan's largest rock art, which supposedly should resemble a pair of dragons emerging from a sea of clouds. Then decide to head to the main attraction of Koyasan, Okinori Cemetery. This misty and mossy cemetery is Japan's largest, stretching over 2 kilometers, and is home to over 200,000 graves. It's a serene and peaceful place, and I recommend taking an hour or so to simply explore. Okinori is also home to the Kobo Daishi mausoleum. This is where Kobo Daishi is said to be in an eternal meditation. There are no photos or video allowed after the bridge, so you just have to visit yourself to see. As the evening hours arrive, we head back to our temple lodging, where we're greeted with a traditional Buddhist meal. The meal itself is strictly vegetarian and resembles that of the traditional kaiseki style dinner. If you decide to stay at a temple, then don't forget to attend the morning ritual to complete the experience. Next, we head to Nara, a city nestled between Osaka and Kyoto. The city is most known for its park with the very same name and the many deer that roams the surrounding area. If you're interested in feeding one or two, crackers can be purchased from local vendors around the park. The deer will politely thank you for it. The first place to visit in Nara is the Great Temple of Todaiji. It houses the Buddha statue Nara Daipatsu, which is the largest bronze statue in the world. While exploring the temple, we also come across this square hole in a pillar known as Buddha's nostril. It's said to bring good health and luck if you manage to crawl through it. As we explore the park further, we come across Kasuga Taisha, a Shinto shrine known for its hundreds of bronze lanterns, many of which have been donated by worshippers throughout the years. The lanterns are only lit twice a year during two lantern festivals, one in February and one in August. We decided to get a little bit of exercise and climb Mount Wakakusa, a 342 meters tall hill located in the park.
This climbing the little hill or mountain here in Nara. Lisa's right behind me. It's quite a little climb, but nothing too tough and well worth the little climb to get an excellent view over the city and Nara Park.
After walking around so much, we needed a quick bite, and you can't come to Nara without witnessing the famous mochi pounding show from this small mochi shop. The mochi was also excellent. For more things to do in Nara, try to follow Isuren Garden, the Nara National Museum, and the old merchant district of Narabashi. Kyoto, the ancient capital of Japan, home to a number of important temples, shrines, palaces, and gardens. The city is therefore a major tourist destination, second only to Tokyo. We board an early morning train to Arashi, an area known for its natural scenery. The first place to visit here is the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove. Right next to Bamboo Grove, you'll find Tenryuji, one of the most important temples in Kyoto, as well as having one of the finest gardens in the entire city. From Tenryuji, we walk along the Katsura River, the main river that runs through Arashiyama. From there, we take a short walk up to the lovely Senkoji Temple. This is arguably a bit of a hidden gem in Arashiyama. The temple provides a great view as well as a chance to meet the local temple dog. One cannot visit Arashiyama without coming across the Iwatayama Monkey Park, home to over 100 Japanese snow monkeys. As we finish up with Arashiyama, we also made a quick stop at Kinkakuji, currently a temple